What up, though? You already know how it goes. Smash, like, subscribe, comment. I don't care what you comment as long as you comment, you did. I appreciate all my supporters. I tell y'all this all the time. Without y'all, I'd be no me. Before I go back into work, let me drop y'all some food. I got some more videos, like I said, lined up from what I did earlier. Just to drop them and drop them. But while it's fresh on my mind, the brother asked, what's the difference between California prisons and Michigan? And have I been locked up with any California prisons? I've came across quite a few. One guy I came across was a guy named Hitler. Another one was Compton Dre. Compton Dre was a Crip. Hail Hitler was, well, not Hail Hitler, but Hitler was Aryan Brotherhood. That's the guy I told y'all about back like 5, 6 stories ago, maybe 10 videos ago. I don't know. But if you've been following along, do you remember when I mentioned he asked why was all the Detroit guys gay? It's usually the Crips in California that, you know, they got the gay politics going on. Unlike Detroit guys and the Moors, you did. Just being honest. He was real frustrated about for like 2 weeks. Like, why are the white guys in Michigan so soft? Why are the white guys in Michigan so soft? Well, the ones that's in prison, a lot of the white people that don't come from Southwest Detroit, that don't come from Detroit, Grand Rapids, Flint, you know, the hoods, the ghettos. They come from the back roads. They come from countries. They come from the suburbs. It's not like you know, living in Flint, Pontiac, and Detroit. The streets already has a institutionalized mindset, violence, gangs. So before we even go to prison, we kind of prepared and we know what to deal with. We not super shaken up about, hey, it's 10, 15, 20 bloods, 40 bloods, 80 bloods, 80 crip. We ain't tripping because it's in our neighborhoods already, the violence. It's already in our neighborhoods. So these guys come from these back roads, these countries, and they not about that life. So they become soft victims, so on and so forth. So he just didn't understand why they were so soft here. Because the Aryan Brotherhood in California are very respected. The police respect them. They know you mess with them boys too much, something might happen to you. It's a different level of respect there with the guards. I will say that in California, the guards respect them a lot more because it's a lot more dangerous for them. Hitler used to he used to say, hey man, I just went and did this to my brother. I seen him with the Nazi tattoos, the swastikas and things like that. He was scared to do it back. He short armed me. Other people won't do it. What's going on here? Well, the Aryan Brotherhood, the dirty white boys, the oldness, so on, they don't have no strength in most prisons. You might find 1 or 2 yards at a time where, you know, they actually hail Hitler you back or, you know, speak in a racist manner, but that's few and far in between. It got to really be a lot of them for them to do that. I mean, it's just smart anyway because if anybody remember the incident at Kinross where they just started stabbing white guys that didn't belong to any gangs or organizations under black people, they was just stabbing them, getting them off the yard, no consequences off them jumping on the black brother. They was just free fall for a while. They was locking up a lot of the white guys off the strength that they might become victims. A lot of them was locking up because it wasn't safe for them. You know what I'm saying? In California, out of all the prisoners that I ran across, I take their stories. I see what coincide with each other. I find the truth. A lot of them told me blacks and whites can't eat together. Mexicans and blacks can't eat together. If a white man comes up to a table with a black brother and a white brother and tell them they can't eat together based on their race, something might happen to him. Likely it will. And the perpetrator that does it, more than likely will be white. A white guy stand up faster about some racist stuff than a black person will. I remember one day it was this guy and he was clearly racist. He didn't belong to anything but he was tired of getting cut in front of on the JPay. It was just a misunderstanding about the line to go type a letter on the JPay. So he said to him, I'm tired of these N words with the ER. Some people said he said ER. More people said he said GA, but it didn't matter. White guy jumped up. I think it was Fresh G, which belonged to a black gang, the gangsters. He said, "Man, y'all ain't gonna say nothing about it, to do nothing about it." Me and him are the only one mad, and he ended up stabbing that guy, getting him off the yard. This is another white man. I remember another incident where Aryan Brotherhood told somebody that he can't sell him a knife because they were black. That's what his big homie said. And the Aryans, the oldest dirty white boy clique, got that man stabbed and off the yard. In California, from my understanding, that wouldn't have happened. It would just been, they would have just said, "Hey, that's the truth. We're not selling black people knives." That would have been that. And they would have had their brothers back. But here, it's totally different. So blacks, whites eat together. It's not that racial component like it is out in California. Mexicans eat together. A lot of white people who really about that life, they belong to black gangs like Nine Trey Ghosts, Nine Trey Bloods. That's a predominantly black gang. You got Bad Guy Casino, which is out of his mind, crazy, one of the most vicious white guys I've seen. Outside of like Chance and Ghost, him right there. Oh, Popeye too, Latin Count Popeye, Latin Counts. He a white guy from up north in the back road somewhere. But Bad Guy Casino. It's another guy. They all belong to black gangs mostly. The people that's in though to separatism and white groups and stuff like that, they come from the suburbs, they come from the country. They're not used to this element, so they don't play that race card here at all. The people, not the white guys, but the people that's most racist, to be honest with you, is the Melanics, the Moors, and of course the Nation of Islam. It's white men this, white men that. So a lot of brothers is like that. This conscious, the 5%ers. So you could say cracker, peckerwood, hunky, redneck out loud with no consequences. But the moment you get to saying the N word out loud too many times, something gonna happen to you. Somebody gonna take that offensively. Usually the younger guys, they really don't care like that, but the older guys do because they was born in them times and they've been through those situations with guards calling them N words when they came into prison. It was different times. These young guys these days don't stand for nothing at all. They're just treacherous. They rob old women and children. They don't care. In California, the gangs run it. The Crips, the deepest out there, right? The Crips, they beef with each other out there a whole lot. But here, it ain't a lot of Crips. It's the Bloods, it's the big gang. Got a lot of numbers, internal beef. So the Bloods kill each other out here like the Crips kill each other out in California. From the streets to the pen. The blood's so deep. You know, you got the blood banner. Blood, we all Bloods, we all under the 31s or whatever the case may be, but you got different branches, different sets. Hey, I'm gonna rock my flag to the left instead of the right. I'm gonna rock my flag to the right, and I don't like people. It's just a bunch of stuff going on in between those guys. But the moment they become organized, disciplined, and militant, they'll take over the correctional system. They'll take over the streets, and hopefully they can do something positive with it. Flip some neighborhoods and turn them into something good. Maybe have some blocks where, hey, ain't no drug selling over here. It's a park. It's a recreation center. It's a garden over here. It's a hoop court. You know, this is where the kids at. Take that 6 blocks. Not they got y'all. We got the power to do it, but we don't organize. Don't care. Every man for himself. About and all we know is chaos, gang banging, separation. But it was a point in time where the GDs and the vice lords could come together and they could go rally. The Lords, the Stones, and what was it called? LSD, Lord Stones, Disciples, Lord Stones, and something else. And they used to get together in Chicago and go picket and rally and pass out turkeys and things like that. Those times are old. So I appreciate the guys that are still living by morals and principles like that. The Moorish Americans out here, some of the Moorish Americans, the Nation of Islam, some of the Atlantics. But, you know, we all got our bad seeds, our good seeds. But those are the big differences out here. Gangs, criminal organizations run California out here. The sanctioned religious organizations run the prison overall. Got the most politics, got the most discipline, got the most bags, the currency coming in, the most organization. I'm not saying that they just go steamroll everybody because, like I said, them young boys ain't scared of them old men at all. But when you more disciplined, when you more organized, when you go to every yard and they got weapons, they got guys that come out, strategies, so on and so forth, that's something to be messed with. Then you got a lot of killers in these religious organizations that don't have nothing to lose. They already been down 40, 50 years. So religious running out here in California, the gangs and criminal organizations running like MA, Aryan Brotherhood, Crips, Bloods. Out here, it's the religions. I remember Compton Dre, he was frustrated a bit when you get into conversations about Crips because he's, oh man, these guys hoes. They let them call them crabs. Oh man, these guys. And Compton Dre was one of the most feared people on the yard. Like how Bloods would say the crab word, which Crips don't like, out loud all day. They wouldn't do it when he was around. So that's the biggest difference. Those the people I came across, they just didn't understand the politics at all. So peace and blessings be to y'all. Big five.